back in the room. Back in the room for the ADHDville summer special. So let's go to the place where the distractions are landmarks and the detours are the main roads. Welcome to ADHDville. Oh yeah. It's the summer special. It's August. I'm beginning to think the summer's coming to an end, but is it really? I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. All right, well, we're glad that you can join us. Away, seagulls. There we go. They're always stealing my fries.
Terrible.
I know, right? All right, so I'm Martin West. I was officially diagnosed with the combined ADHD poo-poo platter in 2013 and suspected autistic. And Paul's out for the summer, and I'm here with Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. This is my little sidekick, Jake. And I was not formally diagnosed with ADHD, but after a million years in therapy, basically meaning since I was 9, and I'm 46 now, it was brought to my attention that I may have some neurodivergent, highly sensitive person tendencies, and I am just on this journey to figure it all out.
That's awesome. I love this. I love this.
Love it.
This is like, nice bookends of stuff. So what we're going to do is in our summer specials, where is it? We're going to read. I'm going to bring out the ADHDville.
I love the Gazette.
The Gazette.
Love it.
There's a sports page on the back, and then we'll be.
I don't follow sports, so I if I
That's
was
fine.
Excited about the sports page, I would be lying. Is there like a style section in the ADHD Gazette?
Yes.
Okay, love it.
And you can obviously read from anything in the style section. So
Great.
we're gonna read bits from this week's ADHDville Gazette. Who wants to go first?
Well, before we go, can I just tell you why I'm on such a freaking high right now?
All right.
Last week we were talking about getting the car serviced, getting the oil changed. Since we can't see the oil, why get it changed?
Right.
I got my oil changed today.
Wow.
I got my tires rotated, and guess what? I got back in the car after. I couldn't tell the difference.
I know. I was going to say.
They could have taken it for a drive for all I know and then charged me for it. I don't know. But I did it. And so like when I do something like that, I feel like a responsible adult and I'm on like a high for the rest of the day. So that's how I feel right now. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know the aircon in my car died.
Oh,
ages
that
ago.
sucks. Oh my, really? It's July right now.
I know, right? And then I spent $500 getting new Freon in it, and
getting new what?
Getting Freon put in it. It's the stuff that they put in the air conditioning. I know no more than that.
Oh my!
I know it's called Freon, and you put it in the system, and it leaked out, and it leaked out.
The new Freon leaked out?
Yeah. But they did put the dye in it. So in theory, they should be able to see where the dye is. But it was actually, a few, so that when it leaks out, they can see where the hole is because that's where the dye is. But I don't know. I can't spend another $500.
Well, first of all,
Freon.
I've never even heard of Freon. I bet if we took a survey of 10 people,
right,
one of them has maybe heard of Freon. Or am I wrong? Is that like a common thing?
Oh, I think honestly, if you know anything about cars, you probably do know about Freon.
Okay.
I mean, I am not a mechanic, and I'm not really interested in that kind of thing. But
neither. Yeah.
You hear these words that mechanics use, and you can go, okay, Freon. Okay.
Yeah, I know what that is.
It's like the oil. I don't know whether it's a thing or not. Is it really $500?
It could be 10 cents. And someone would say to me it's $500 and I would go, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. They could be gypping all of us. Let's hope they're not. But...
Yeah. Okay. Who wants to go?
Please feel free.
All right. Well, I'm gonna read from the front page.
Love it. Front page news.
Article. The article heading is where was it? Read. I'm looking it up here. Actually, go back to the front page again. Here we go. This is a little bit of fun. I don't know. Okay. ADHD ancient history. So we're going to go back in time to the ancient Greeks.
Okay.
So we're going back to the time when Hippocrates called us ADHDers too much fire. So.
Fire.
Yeah, too much fire. So, like, if you have an ADHD brain, is it a curse? Is it a superpower? Or is it an imbalance in the four humours? So, according to ancient Greek dude, it's the last one. Have you
imbalance?
Yeah. So like for probably thousands of years, the opinion was I don't know if you heard of this, was that we are made up of four humours, like fire, water, air, earth.
Okay, got it.
And those are the four parts of us. And then if one is too much or too little, that's when our health goes out of whack. So
how do you feel about this? Because I think that I hate this guy, Hippocrates or whatever his name is. Right. I've never even heard of him. But, like, I don't like that one bit. I hate it.
Well, I don't think that he actually came up with it himself. I don't think he did. But, I mean, actually, you know what? But, yes, so that, I mean, what I think about the four humours thing is that it was a thing for thousands of years. Like, someone came up with it at some point and everyone went, that sounds good.
Okay.
That will be our entire, that's it. That will be our medical textbook.
Right.
Until recently.
Yeah.
when we went, hang on a second, this makes no sense.
Wait a minute. So this is what everybody believed.
Yes.
And so Hippocrates said,
right.
Well, if you have less of one than the other, then, because to me, this is like, oh, one of them is less than the other three, let's say. Right. So something's wrong with you.
So something's wrong with you. Right. So the earliest known description of ADHD comes from this guy, Hippocrates, who's the father of modern medicine. He lived around like 480 to 375 BC. There or thereabouts. And he observed that patients who couldn't focus for long had exceptionally quick reactions to their environment.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
So he.
Wow. Okay.
So he didn't just describe. So he believed it was an imbalance. An overbalance of fire over water. So you've got the four humours: fire, water, air, earth, and the fire. He thought that there was too much fire and too little water, right? So those two things were in imbalance. So fire was all the warm and moist parts.
Yeah.
So that was associated with being ambitious, decisive, and having a short temper. So it felt like there was too much of that and too little of the water, which was cold and moist, and someone who was seen as reserved, dull, calm. So it felt like there was too much fieriness, too little calm, and then he recommended a bland diet of of fish. So to treat this pre-ADHD thing, he felt like a bland diet, heavy on fish, lots of water. Obviously, got to drink more water, and plenty of physical exercise. Because those are all cooling things, according to hypoxia. I mean, but like exercise, that's pretty good.
Yep. Okay, I agree.
Hydrate.
Yep.
That's
great.
Okay.
Yep.
Fish.
This stupid. This is like the dumbest thing I've. Well, but you know what though? Actually, isn't there a belief that? So I am coming from a complete place of ignorance, but I feel that I have heard that many people with more like severe, less functional, I guess, autism, ADHD, if they change their diet, that's supposed to be really helpful. I mean, haven't you heard that, right?
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So changing your diet comes in two sort of, I don't know, I think of it as two things. One thing is that you will have like safe foods that you know are always going to be good and make you happy and are not weird. Right. So like pasta tends to be one. Like
beautiful
chicken nuggets, for example, like those.
Love. Yes.
Right.
Who doesn't like a chicken nugget? Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then if you took away someone's safe foods, if you like, that will cause a lot of dysregulation and they will get very, very upset.
Right.
So there is that, but also the other side is if you change food, it can help with ADHD. So I'm thinking off the top of my head here. So if you have a lot of protein in the morning, that really helps you regulate. It kind of like, best thing I can think of, it kind of smooths out your sort of emotional regulation somewhat, at least for me. And I've heard that really helps, having protein first thing in the morning. Plus also you've got the whole gut biome, right? Which I'm sure you know about. So that is connected to our brains as well, and that does help. That is a part of the whole ADHD system. So feeding food for your gut biome is going to have a positive effect.
But don't you just think the positive effect is that if you have protein in the morning, you feel more satiated, and so I think like your mood is more even to start the day, and that's why it helps?
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong? Like, I don't know.
No.
I just
yeah.
Anything where you have to change your diet is like a little tough for me because I have like a history of eating issues. I'm sure we all do. But like this Hippocrates is like, it doesn't sound like it was really backed up with any. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like it doesn't. Yeah, okay.
No.
Okay.
It's all nonsense.
That's what I feel.
It's nonsense.
Yeah.
That's what they used to think.
Right.
I just thought it was I just thought it was interesting that was the earliest ADHD mention, and the thing that interests me about it is that that's like over 2,500 years or whatever ago, and they didn't have iPhones or video games or food coloring or whatever it is that people blame ADHD on. Right. There are ADHD-like symptoms and reports of people who have trouble focusing and all that go back thousands of years.
Well, what kind of bothers me is that it's been thousands of years, and yet people still look at it like there's something wrong with you. Because that's what this guy did. He was like, "Oh, your fire's out of balance."
Right.
Like, and it's thousands of years later, and it's still kind of like, "Oh, there's like something wrong with you."
There's something
I don't
wrong
love
with
that.
you. Yeah,
like
we
I
need
feel
to
like we need to rebrand this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe there's something right with us, because there are a lot of advantages, I think, which I will bring up in one of the articles that I read.
Ooh, how exciting. Ooh, very
A
exciting.
little tease there.
All right, well, that was my little front page story.
A little history lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I need to do? I need to come up with a little musical thing that just transitions between
Stories.
You and me. Yeah, I need like a little something. But so for the meantime, I'll just rattle the paper.
Okay. So I will go into this story. This is called, the title of this article is "My Hyperfocus Can Be Hyper Frustrating." So I feel that I get very focused on a task. So for example, if I have like a project to do around the house, like I'm just thinking of like I have some wallpaper in my house, and it's like peel and stick. So it's like a big sticker on the wall, but it takes like 2 or 3 hours to put it on one wall. If I am doing that project, I will not stop for anything. I won't stop to go to the bathroom. I mean, I will wait until I'm about to like die before going to the bathroom. I won't stop to eat. I won't stop to answer the phone or a text. And I think what we were talking about just now, about it can be an advantage, because I think people who do this can be really, you're good at focusing, is the upside. The downside, I think, is that like I will not eat, let's say. And it's not that I forget to eat, because these people who say they forgot to eat, I want to kill them. I've never forgotten to eat a meal in my entire life. And these people are like, I don't know, I just forgot to eat and I lost like 20 pounds. I'm sorry. But what I do that upsets me is that I will like know that I'm hungry. I feel hungry and I won't stop anyway.
Right.
And that's very frustrating, but like I can't get out of that. Like I can't break that pattern. It's very hard. So what I do now is I will rely on my boyfriend, Sean, to like bring me something to eat. Or for people who do not have a Sean, I mentioned this to a nutritionist I was working with once. I said, I was doing some like house project, and I said, I knew I wouldn't stop to eat. So I just went to the kitchen and I grabbed like a sandwich out of the refrigerator, and I like had my sandwich in one hand and I was doing whatever task with the other. And if that's what I have to do to like feed myself, and she said, that's fine. Food is fuel sometimes. It doesn't always have to be like a big production. As long as you're feeding yourself, it's fine. So I was like, okay. So where do you stand on this? Like, does this ever happen to you?
Yeah. It is a fairly common thing.
Yes.
So so when you're in the middle of a hyperfocus, it is like everything, the entire outside world doesn't exist. You're for a start.
Yes.
Time just has no meaning anymore.
Nope.
And even as you say, even your inside world becomes even more mysterious to you.
Yes.
Because I mean, part of it is because that your brain has got so much dopamine for something. It literally is just like on fire, and it's just kind of like, let's do this and this, so you're just kind of, so you just want to do it, and And you,
oh my God, it's like Hippocrates said we have too much fire.
Yeah, all that fire is just raging.
Yes,
raging onwards.
It's a raging fire, right?
And you don't want to stop, because actually, if you do stop, it's not always easy or guaranteed that you'll get back into that state of mind.
Yes.
You might, but you might not.
This is my big issue with, like, even like at work, when I'm in my office, I feel like if I leave to go to lunch, I'm going to be in my like sort of relaxed state of mind. And when I come back to work, I'm not going to be able to get back to that focused place again.
Right.
Yeah.
And
okay,
then
so
like,
you feel that too sometimes. That's like a
yeah. No, that is a pretty common thing, you know.
Yes.
You know, and if someone comes in and interrupts you while you're doing your thing and stops you mid-flow,
Yep.
you just get annoyed. Like, what?
Horrible. Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Like, I just have to, at work, you can't say anything. But if I'm like at home, I'll be like, I'm in a zone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, yeah, I feel like that's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I wish I could be, I'm putting quote marks here, normal. Because
Right.
it kind of bothers me, because it's like, I know I'm suffering. It's almost like I feel like I'm causing my own suffering by not being able to stop. But I can't. So I guess I might as well figure out how to try and like whatever, eat a piece of pizza while I'm like organizing my closet. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah. No, it is hard. I mean, the only real things that help out is almost like, you know, like you kind of feel like, oh, I have the energy for something today. I have the energy for this thing.
Yes.
So you know that you're about to get into that hyperfocus thing. Your brain's like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And if you can interrupt yourself by kind of going, oh, let me make a quick sandwich while I think about the thing that I want to do. I'll just think about it while my hands are making a sandwich and making a drink and making stuff, fuel for me.
Yes.
And your brain's thinking about what it wants to do, and you make some supplies.
Right.
And then you go and do it, so then you can literally just reach out, grab a sandwich, eat it, put it down without interrupting your flow. I mean, like that's I think that's the only way, unless someone knows and they literally just make you a sandwich and then just shove it in front of you and you just grab it.
Yes.
And carry on.
And just go, yes.
Yeah.
And stuff it down your gullet while you're like doing whatever you have to do. Yeah.
They go,
okay,
how's it going? And you go, great. Yeah. Thanks. Cheers. Bye.
Yeah. Like, okay. Thank you for like serving me. I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Okay. This was reassuring, because it's always something I've struggled with. To this day, I struggle with. So
I feel like we're going to learn stuff. Yeah. Yes. I think that's, I like this.
I do too.
I feel like we're going to learn things along the way.
Love it.
All right. Anything else, or should we move on?
I'm ready for the next piece of news.
All right. Let me just grab the paper. Yes. We're on page 3.
Great.
Page 3. The article. Why mornings are a battle. New science of sleep inertia. So this is a bit of research.
Okay.
Bit of research that came out in Oxford Academic, May 2026. So this is recent.
Yeah.
Large adult sample, 16,000 people over 3 years. So, you know, decent study.
Yeah.
All right. So sleep. I don't know where you are with sleep. I know that many people with ADHD and ADHD struggle. Oh, by the way, when I say there is ADHD and then there's ADHD.
Yeah, I've seen that lately, and I'm not. Please educate me.
Capital A, small U, DHD, and the AU stands for autism.
Australia? Just oh, really? Australian
yes, it means
ADHD.
Australians with ADHD. They have their own type.
Everything's different over there.
Right.
Wait, is that really now? Why? What's the difference? Because isn't it all a form of autism?
No. So ADHD and autism are two separate neurological conditions. They're both very separate, but they do share some overlaps.
Okay.
So for example, so we talk about hyperfocus that ADHD people can do. So if you have autism, you will have like your special interest. So, so you might really like a certain subject for and you'll spend years liking this subject. Like, it usually starts off with like sort of with sort of a dinosaurs. And then it might go on to like other specialist subjects, whatever, So there is, and you can hyperfocus. So there's lots of similarities, but they are very different. And you can have just ADHD or just autism, or you can have, which is what I suspect I am, which is you have a bit of both.
Okay.
Which it's not the whole ADHD thing is not a medically recognized thing yet, although they, like research is catching up with lived experience, but you can have both, and that's its own weird little world all by itself. But and I think we might cover that again at some point. But what was I saying? Oh yes, so so if you have ADHD, sleep is often a problem. Like, it isn't for me.
Really?
I never have problem going to sleep. Very rarely am I ever, I'll just go to bed, head hit the pillow, and
do you stay asleep?
I will stay asleep all night for like,
are you kidding
6-8 hours.
Whoa.
And wake up. I know. I'm a unicorn.
You're so lucky. Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's the only way that I actually have managed to function in my entire life is.
I mean, yeah.
You're
just one of those people who's like a good sleeper, it sounds like.
Right. And I can always tell because I'll put a podcast on or an audio book, because I actually do like to listen to something, and then I'll fall asleep, and then I go back to see what point do I remember and what point do I not remember. And it's usually like I'll listen to a podcast or something for about 5 minutes, and then that's it. I don't remember anything else after that.
Oh my God, Martin. Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
But the point is, in this is that when we wake up and we feel tired and groggy, those people who do have problems. And I used to wake up really tired and groggy, not so much now. But it used to be thought of as, well, I'm tired and groggy and my brain's not waking up because I've had interrupted sleep, and I've had a lack of sleep, and I went to bed late, and because I was watching the new Ted Lasso.
Oh my God!
Thing.
You see right behind me, I have a Ted Lasso game. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
What are your I mean, I
love.
Yeah,
so let's take a little diversion.
Let's take a little detour
into Ted Lasso. I mean, obviously I've seen all of the Ted Lassos.
Same.
And I really, I mean, I it's an excellent series, and so they put out one, right? So they put out the new season, one episode, and it has all the feels like, the same characters are there. They're all there. Like, this is so like, I'm back at home again.
I sunk back in, right? You just sink back into
it
instantly, and we won't give anything away if people haven't watched, but I just felt like there's an incident in basically the first scene at Ted's current job, and you just see from that scene that the show is going to have the same feel. The way he helps out a coworker, I'll say. Do you understand what I'm
Right.
referring to?
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, oh my God, like, we're back.
Mm-hmm.
That mushy, loving, oh God.
Yeah.
So good.
And the way that the the strong, powerful blonde, I can't remember her name.
Hannah Waddingham.
Right. She steps out of the car in exactly the same way that she steps out of the car in the first episode in season 1.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think.
I don't remember that.
I had a sort of a flashback moment. I haven't actually checked, but I was like, "Oh, that feels." I think they did the intro exactly the same. They just.
Oh my gosh! I can't wait to watch the rest. I am here for it.
Right. So I mean, like, it's no secret that the plot line is going to be about the women's football.
Right.
That he's going to turn his attention to the women's football league. So I'm excited for that.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Oh, I'm so glad we had a little Ted Lasso chat.
There we go.
Yeah.
So if you've been staying up late watching Ted Lasso, and
right.
when you wake up really tired, it isn't necessarily to do with your sleep hygiene. Actually, our ADHD brains are wired so that we find that firing up our brains the next day is harder.
Interesting.
So,
because of lack of sleep?
No. This is. I mean, lack of sleep doesn't help for sure.
Right.
But there is something else going on in this research. So, what the research says is that recent research presented at a major sleep conference has identified a strong link between adult ADHD and sleep inertia, the intense grogginess and struggle to become alert upon waking. Mm-hmm. So this isn't about being tired; it's a fundamental issue and how the brain regulates arousal, i.e., like just getting awake. So we think that we're groggy in the morning because we had trouble sleeping, but that doesn't help. But this new research shows that the ADHD is about how our brains turn on, or rather how they don't. So here comes the science. At the center of the system is a tiny brain cell structure, a brain stem structure called the Locus Coeruleus. I'm going to call it the LC for just so I don't have to say that word again. It's the main source of norepinephrine for the brain, which is like a close cousin of dopamine. It's that kind of, it's one of those things that kind of one of those hormones that just kind of like comes in and floods you and wakes you up. And this LC is responsible for regulating wakefulness, vigilance, and your sleep-wake transition. So in the ADHD brain, this system is often dysregulated. So that, in simple terms, the master alarm clock in your brain doesn't work reliably.
And it doesn't have to do with, if I'm understanding correctly, it doesn't have to do with how much sleep you got the night before.
No.
It's just something in the system about turning your brain on and waking up for the day.
Right. So during sleep, the LC normally helps stabilize your sleep, the sleep stages, the different stages of sleep that you go through. It just helps regulate you going from falling asleep during sleep and then the waking up cycle. So when you do wake up, the LC needs to fire, needs to sort of increase dopamine levels and and get you sort of awake, and the dysregulated LC struggles to do these transitions. It doesn't kind of quite fire on, so it doesn't flood you with all the hormones that you kind of need. therefore you struggle
Right.
to kind of wake up so that your brain doesn't fully work.
Now, have
as
you
should.
had any issues with this?
I used to.
Okay.
I used to until, I don't know, I got to about, I want to say, maybe late 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And then my brain suddenly decided it was going to be a morning person out of the blue.
Oh my God. And how did that feel?
Annoying.
Oh, it did? Oh, I thought you were going to say like, and it was great. Wait, why was it annoying?
Wait, well, for one, I automatically think of old people, right, as being the ones who wake up at the crack of dawn.
Right.
Going, oh, it's the best time of day. Oh, you don't know what you're missing. You stay asleep till 9 a.m.
Steve's going to make me a cup of tea and I'm going to drink it on my porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they tell you about it, that they were up at like 6 a.m. and they saw the dawn come up, and there was, it was like a sort of a Snow White moment, and the birds were chirping and the animals were coming out and surrounding you, and you were all singing a song, and they tell you that's what. So I was like, oh God, I'm now that person. So,
but you found it annoying, or did you like lean into it?
I'm getting old. That's what I mean. It's like, oh, okay, this is what old people do. I'm now officially old because I can wake up I can spring out of bed at 6 a.m. easily.
There are certain things. I remember I started feeling old when I started saving bags for my shopping excursions. And now I have like a closet full of bags, like my mom or my grandmother. It just makes certain things make you feel old. And I can see how that's one of them, especially if like it just kind of happened one day. But how do you feel about it now? Like, does this mean you go to bed? You're like one of these, like an old person, you go to bed early and you wake up early?
Yeah. I can remember, I don't know about you, I used to think if I went to bed before midnight, I was somehow sort of a loser. That like it was an act of no, I had to stay up till at least midnight.
Yeah, I'm like a badass, and I go to bed after midnight, and I get it. Yeah,
and that was my entire personality for quite a long time.
Right.
And then I don't know, brain shift, and then suddenly like, oh, it's like 9. Is it too early?
I know. I have the same thoughts. This is why I have so much trouble in the summer. I feel like I want to watch TV when it's like dark out. Like it just feels cozier to me. But it doesn't get dark out now until like 8 o'clock. And by that time, like I'm tired. Like I want to go to bed soon. So I understand that completely.
Right. And it's funny because we're talking about this, our body's internal clock, and it's also tied to these circadian rhythms, right? As you're saying, it's lighter in the summer, and so if you have ADHD, this clock is often delayed, and you end up with what's called like eveningness, which is like the where you feel more alert at night and sluggish in the morning.
That's terrible.
So so it is more. I just thought it was interesting that that waking up sluggish is actually a part of ADHD.
Yeah.
Whether you kind of get enough sleep or not, it's just like they're for many it can be like just an inherent quality of sleep. Yeah.
But I feel like this is such a good example of like knowledge is power, because I feel like, let's say there's someone with ADHD and they know this, then they can work with their mental health professional or by themselves or whatever to come up with ways to help, and not just be like, why am I tired? I didn't sleep. But just to say, oh, this is this is kind of like a thing that I deal with, and how can I make it better? Because I know for me, when I haven't slept, I'm like worried, why didn't I sleep enough? And I'm tired, and why am I tired? If you know that this is something you deal with, I think that's good information, and then you can
knowledge
is power, man. Come on, love it.
Right. So that's it for my 2 articles. What's your finishing one?
My last one is this. Here's the title.
All right.
I thought I had ADHD. Since I know I should believe everything I read, I looked it up on Google. Yep, Google confirmed it.
Oh, really?
Well, there's a dose of sarcasm there, which I don't know if was apparent by my reading. However, here's my question. My question is, like, there's a fly and it's flying all around me and it's annoying, so I'm just waving it away. I
had one
the
other day. Yeah, it was annoying me.
It's so annoying. There's nothing. Thank God it's not in my bedroom, because if I had to sleep and there was a fly flying around,
oh God, no,
I might die. So I have a pretty strong stance, I don't know if you agree, on Googling things. And I'll tell you why. I had a dog before my little friend Jake here, who, this is, 15 years ago. I had never had a dog. I brought this dog home from the shelter. They gave me the dog, some food, a blanket, and like a rope toy. Right. I wake up the next day. I forget how, but I could tell that the dog like swallowed a tiny little piece of rope from the rope toy, right? So I went on Google. The things that I saw on Google, my dog swallowed a piece of rope and he died. Or like, my dog swallowed a piece of rope and he had to have surgery and it cost me $5,000 and he died anyway. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm like so scared. So I called the shelter and I was like, he swallowed a rope toy and I'm so scared. And what do I do? And the shelter was like, yeah, he'll poop it out. And I was like, okay, thanks. And then I was like, I think that I should not Google everything all the time and maybe just talk to someone that I trust, like the shelter, or for medical stuff, call my doctor and ask a question. Right. So I feel like you can look things up about ADHD or neurodivergence, and it can be like a slippery slope because you get all of this information, or you go on Reddit and there are people with all these theories about it. And I guess like what I want to know from you as someone who's been formally diagnosed is, like, at what point did you say, I've done enough research, I think I need to talk to someone about this and see what really is happening with me?
Right. I think that the important thing is to be curious above all else about yourself.
Like Ted Lasso. Everything comes back to Ted Lasso. Right. His whole thing is be curious and instead of judgmental.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So it is like, as you say, so you like look at yourself and what you do and your habits and the things, and you kind of go, well, this is weird. I thought it was just me, but now I see, but then you start seeing it in other people, and you kind of. So I think it is good to try to go to reputable sources, right? Yep. Certainly in the early stages, where you kind of go, well, yeah, this, and you just read it all, and you go, well, this feels like me, and this doesn't feel like me, and then there was a period of that where you kind of go down a more sort of heavily sort of sort of medical, more psychological medical route, and then you start looking at other people's experiences again, and and you'll go onto Reddit and you'll read stories and you kind of go, well, that doesn't sound right, and this does sound right, because it's like you're a jigsaw, and you kind of start to like find pieces that fit, and sometimes it can be from from say a good article about ADHD from a good source, and sometimes it could be an anecdote from someone else.
Right.
And you kind of just build all this stuff together, and then you end up with a picture of you. And I think it just comes from like a lot of sources usually.
Yeah.
Like, so TikTok has been really good for that, to get people's like experiences. You kind of like, you can see yourself in other people's struggles. So
I agree about TikTok too, because you can also see the person and sort of judge for yourself, like, is this person a nut job, or do they seem
right,
like they kind of are like a person who sort of knows what they're talking about, and like, oh, okay, this makes sense. So I
right,
agree, you're right, you can pull from different sources. I just think that some people get, they look at like webmd.com and that's like the word of God. And I just think at
right.
some point you should get professional help, which is basically what you're
Yes,
saying. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But also the other thing to bear in mind is that a lot of these things are about patterns over time.
Okay.
So you can kind of go and look at an article or something and kind of go, oh, that's me. Or I've done that one thing once. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I have ADHD or autism or anything. If I've done that thing once, it's like, oh, hang on, I've done that thing. I do that thing regularly, and I have done for years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you consume all of this stuff over time, and then you look at yourself over time and you see patterns in yourself over time.
Yeah.
Like, so as you consume it, your brain kind of starts to go, hang on a second, I used to do this. No, hang on, I do all this like a lot. And I can see a pattern forming, right? So once you see patterns, then you're much more able to kind of go, to be more confident about, some neurological condition that you have. If you can see a pattern of it, and
I think that's really good advice. Like,
yeah.
I kind of feel like a dummy because I never thought of that. But like, yeah, saying like looking at my own patterns like that. I don't know why that never occurred to me. Like, but it makes sense, because if you're doing something over and over, or you have a repeated habit, that's like a sign.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a professional. I don't pretend to be. But I do know that really a lot of diagnoses are based on patterns of behavior, because that's a more reliable source. So so just Googling something once
not the way to go.
Is helpful, but not very.
Right. Yeah.
It's really about being curious about yourself and looking back at your past and what you're doing now, and how you work and what the patterns are. And, yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I think you just opened my eyes.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else on that, or should we move onwards?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where's my goddamn script? All right. So the letters page.
Oh, right.
Let me turn to that. All right. Once again, there are a few letters. Actually, I was saying this before we came on, that I'm seeing a lot of things that are appreciative of you. That they're saying that they love Paul. Absolutely. It's
irreplaceable.
It's irreplaceable, but it's nice to have Jake. And
sorry, he agrees that Paul's irreplaceable.
Right. It's nice to have a woman being a co-host, which I agree.
I love being here.
All right, so I've got I'll just read out a snippet of Alexandra's comment on YouTube. A nice little anecdote, which miraculously ties in with another point. So in her thing, she was talking about temperature regulation problems.
Yeah.
She says, I have problems with regulating my temperature too. I figured it out after my diagnosis. Until then, I was thinking everyone is feeling so hot or so cold. Like if I'm really hot, surely everyone else is.
Yeah, right.
She says, go on. She says, I do better with cold than heat, actually. It just takes me longer to feel warm again.
Mm-hmm.
She says, this is a cute story. I remember at school, I was going to my friend to heat my nose by breathing on her coat to get it warm and then touching my nose on it.
Cute.
She was laughing, but I was thinking the nose will fall off. She says, I still do it.
Cute.
Which I thought was a really cute little anecdote.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Interestingly enough, when she says it's also the same system that you have a problem waking, that wakes you up. The what's it called? The Locus Coeruleus.
Mm-hmm.
It also regulates your temperature as well.
No, really?
Right. So if it's so when the Locus Coeruleus fires to wake you up, it also raises your heart rate, increases your blood flow to your muscles, and adjusts your body temperature, often making you feel warmer. And because it's dysregulated in the brain, it doesn't turn on and off smoothly, which means that your body temperature might fluctuate more than others. You might feel too hot or too cold when others don't. And and she says, that it takes you longer to warm up or cool down, which is something that she mentioned that she had trouble warming up. So it's the same system.
That's
it's the same goddamn system.
Yes, that's so interesting. And the taking a long time is very interesting. Like how it just, like I was talking last week, how I had a stressful experience and it took me a while to get warm. I had to take a shower and I had to put on all these layers and then I got under a blanket. Like it takes a while, which is very interesting. Wow, it's all the same thing. Very interesting. Love it. Love learning.
I know. And then, obviously, as soon as I hear of heat fluctuations and being too hot and too cold, perimenopause, if that's something that hits our listeners,
it hits me like
a
ton of bricks
out there, then that does not help in the slightest.
As someone who's in perimenopause, I can agree. Yes, for sure.
Exactly. Oh boy.
Wow.
You know what? I'll just to say this about perimenopause is,
please.
No one tells you. No one tells anyone until at some point you kind of go, oh, why am I? What
until you want to die.
Why is my brain fogging? Why am I struggling so much? Why? And then you look into it, and then after a while of other answers, you come across perimenopause, and you go, what's that?
Oh my God.
And that's even as a woman. I mean, like men. No, I mean, like they don't know.
They don't know anything. No.
And then you have to educate us.
Yep.
And then we're like, are you making this up?
I know. I know. It's really, I think it's an interesting journey to go on together, because it's like, as the woman is learning about it, she has to tell the man. So it's kind of like, oh, we're going to learn this together. I mean, it's really affecting me physically, but you're going to take some strays, like you're going to catch some strays from my sweats, from my brain fog, from my moods or whatever. So it's nice to have a supportive partner who will like take it seriously, because it's a whole well of emotion, of body temperature regulation. I mean, it's really there's a lot happening, and I'm so glad that now people are talking about it more, because menopause even wasn't talked about a lot, and now they're even talking about perimenopause and menopause, which I think is great.
Right. It used to be just you have a hot flush. The end.
God. Yeah. I remember watching my mom have hot flashes when I was younger. I mean, I haven't had them yet, but oh my God, it was bad. She had a fan she carried around. Someone described it to me as feeling like they were like on fire from the inside. And I was like, oh my God, I am not looking forward to that.
Right. Well, I don't think that everyone gets it. So, like.
Right, exactly.
You might just dodge that bullet.
Let's hope.
Oh, well, there we go. Look at that. It's 56 minutes in. Jake is like clearly saying, that's it.
He's
ready. He's ready for his next thing. So I think that just so join Amy and myself again next week for another ADHDville summer special. And ADHDville is delivered fresh every Tuesday to all purveyors of fine podcasts. Please subscribe to the pod and rate us most ADHD informed, I guess. Most groggy in the mornings. Most
groggy, best. Most groggy, but still the best.
Yeah, there we go. And feel free to correspond at will in the comments. But wait, there's more. If you wish to see our beautiful, beautiful faces, then you can sally forth to the YouTubes and the TikToks. And you can also pick up a quill and email us at ADHDville@gmail.com. But in the meantime, be fucking kind to yourself.
And we're all doing the best we fucking can, and that's enough.
Goddamn right.
There, says the mayor. That's that.
Wow.